Friends, wonderful news! Today, a decision that will benefit the 60 million Social Security recipients across the country is ultimately made by the U.S. Congress. Click to find out more about the Washington events that preceded this announcement that will raise Social Security payouts for all beneficiaries. The like button. Thank you so much. Additionally, remember to subscribe. It costs nothing at all. Come on, let's be buddies. Today, I have wonderful news to share. Finally, the United States Congress has agreed to support the interests of all Social Security beneficiaries, and the Senate Finance Committee has stepped up its scrutiny of Social Security overpayments and arranged monthly meetings with the department in response to demands and requests made over the last few weeks. Please check the following details so that we can handle this serious issue. It's crucial to grasp I will now explain all of this. Millions of people in our nation are being harmed by the Social Security Administration, in my honest opinion. It turns out that because of a mistake made by the Social Security Administration during those years, they seem to have sent more money. For example, the Social Security Agency would send a beneficiary $2,000 instead of $2,500 or $3,000, compared to what millions of program participants genuinely required to get. This situation persisted for a few years, and it appears that the Social Security Agency. After a few years, it was discovered that millions of Americans were overpaid by Social Security. It's likely that many of you thought that after they recognized their mistake, Social Security would simply forgive the debt or say to the impacted parties, "We are sorry for any inconvenience, but we are aware that we, as Social Security recipients, are to fault for the error." Nevertheless, let me emphasize that people are currently receiving unexpected letters around the nation revealing the overpayments resulting from Social Security errors. The impacted parties are required by these letters to return the entire amount of money. It comes out that these individuals are now required to give big sums of money. In the beginning, they are even giving them a 30-day window so that individuals can go from one day to the next $1,000, $880,000, or $50,000, or in certain cases, a much larger sum, to the Social Security Administration expressing its hope that, eventually, all of these individuals will simply receive their money from the U.S. federal government because of its inefficiencies, which led to the government giving out more money to the people than was necessary after a number of years, after which they will be returned to you. Please remember to hit the thank you button if you find our work to be enjoyable. It will significantly help our channel. Last month, the Social Security Administration informed Congress that the matter had been rectified. However, our reports. As far as the Democratic senator from Oregon, Senator Ron Wien, the head of the Finance Committee, and one of the busiest senators right now, is concerned, the problem remains unaddressed. Senator Ron Wien is standing up for every Social Security beneficiary's rights. Therefore, it's important to draw attention to a significant point. I know that lying to the U.S. Congress, the House of Representatives, or the Senate should be prohibited because Social Security gave the representative the assurance. Don't worry, senators. We'll take care of the problem. Are you worried about the recipients? We're not going to demand that they give back every penny of that. We found that this was the case last month. But this month we found that the problems still persist and that a lot of people are still getting letters asking for money. Because of this, because our grandmothers lack the money to return our grandparents' retirement assets and Social Security benefits to Social Security, I argue that this circumstance is a great injustice. You can only image the brilliant notion the agency's administration had to, given that they are unable to. The agency's administration decided to do this in order to charge us a monthly fee for the same amount, despite the fact that doing so would lead millions of people to become homeless and unable to afford food. They blocked those beneficiaries' payments because they gave them instructions to do so. Lodging or income from rentals. This is the current situation, but the U.S. Congress decided today to act and make it clear that this injustice will not continue. Senator Ron Wien mentioned the ongoing investigation into the television industry by a well-known media outlet, which has shown how the agency has been paying out billions of dollars in overpayments for benefits that people claim were obtained illegally. Every now and then, years later, they ask for payment, or the return of the money to the Social Security Administration, even after I told them about the unfairness that just getting these letters and not having enough cash in their pockets to take out the money and give it to the Social Security Administration every day is causing millions of Americans tremendous distress right now. The senator's remarks should be noted by the administration. Millions of these folks, according to Senator Ron Wyden, struggle to pay their rent, fuel, and food bills. Of course, they also get overpayment notices. The amounts that the agency believes people owe the federal government, which often total tens of thousands of dollars and include many of the most needy people in the country, should be paid by all senators and congressmen in this country. That hits them like a wrecking ball. Due to errors or omissions by the Social Security Administration, the country, including those with disabilities, low savings, and low income, frequently receives overpayments. However, it appears that Social Security officials would much rather point the finger at others and try to recoup those funds from the pockets of targeting. Largely the poorest and most vulnerable individuals of this country, the agency has been distributing payment notices to over 2 million people annually, according to a government document seen by the media. Usually, the notifications instruct the recipients to return any unused money to the mailings, also provide information on how to request a debt forgiveness from the government or submit an appeal. Generally, if you follow these procedures, the debt will be forgiven. Of course, almost everyone in the globe contributes to Social Security. The government sends out the notices in a 30-day period and asks that they forgive the loan because the letter gives them the option to, most people who apply for debt forgiveness, simply get rejected by the Social Security Administration. The problem is that the agency just rejects this request after receiving it. This is an injustice that the country still faces, and I'm committed to finding a fix. We will not allow them to continue picking apart the people who have helped to significantly increase awareness and understanding of the issue at hand as a result of Senator Ron Wyden's discoveries. He asserted that they became the most modest people in the nation after a new commissioner was appointed and the monthly meetings with the Social Security Administration began. President Joe Biden has selected Senator Wyden, a former Maryland governor, and Mr. Martine Oy, a Democrat, to head the agency. Passed by the Finance Committee and is pending Senate ratification, pending a vote to confirm this stance in its entirety. One of the most important government institutions, the Social Security Agency, could be taken over by this person right away. Lying by Social Security authorities can be especially harmful, and that is exactly how I would characterize the report regarding the number of individuals for whom there was a legitimate problem. Legitimacy of the program is vitally important, as Senator Ron said. And as I've already said, this damages the Social Security program's validity. It's also critical to understand that lying to the U.S. Congress is a serious crime, and I believe those who have committed such transgressions should face consequences. I sincerely appreciate it. Till the next chance. Remember to share, like, subscribe, and turn on the bell in order to stay informed with this video.